I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 wild animals that are legal to keep as pets, but probably shouldn't be. Ow!
25.
Squirrel monkeys are not known for being the cleanest or the most disciplined pets on Earth. To give you an idea of their hygiene peculiarities, in case you're thinking of getting one, they use urine to wash their hands and feet. In the wild, this helps them leave a scent trail when tree hopping. Cool, huh?
24.
They might sound dangerous and intimidating, but scorpions have become increasingly popular pets lately, especially emperor scorpions. They're not great for handling, but they are quiet, clean, and easy to care for. The good thing about emperor scorpions are that they are not particularly dangerous, in contrast to some of the other species of scorpion. Their sting has been likened to a bee's in that it's painful, but medical attention is not usually necessary.
23.
As we all know, bears are famous for having impressive strength and a huge appetite for meat. They're also very curious animals and often show interest in approaching humans, including breaking into their homes, which both wild and captive bears have done many times.
22.
Genets are long, lean carnivores with a tail usually at least as long as their body. Genets resemble elongated cats, or ferrets, and can appear cat-like except for their longer faces. They have a long, thin body set on short legs, and their ears are large and rounded. Like cats, genets have semi-retractable claws, and they can erect a crest of hair at the base of their spine when frightened. To make a long story short, if you're tired of cats and want to try something new, then just get a genet and you won't regret it.
21.
Daegus are very social animals and can become very tame if handled from an early age. However, they do the best when they are with other daegus because of their social nature. They're playful and curious, but keep in mind that without social interaction and exercise, they can be aggressive and neurotic.
20.
Thanks to the legendary video game Frogger, frogs have become increasingly popular pets in the past few years. They're not hard to deal with and can make good pets as long as you take good care of them, which you could argue is the case for most pets.
19.
A Kinkajou is a very cute animal to look at, but owning one might not be a good idea. They're wild animals and have been known to scratch, bite, and injure their owners when they're not busy ruining their owner's furniture. Owning a Kinkajou is bad for the animal as well, since it's almost impossible to replicate their rainforest environment.
18.
Chinchillas are a bright exception to the rule when it comes to unusual pets, since they are easy to take care of and harmless when it comes to their owner and the environment in which they live. Their only demand is that you give them a dust bath often enough to keep their coats clean and show them love, which they will return in big doses.
17.
Want to buy a bearded dragon but don't know where to find one? Although bearded dragons, and other kinds of lizards and dragons, have become quite popular pets, keep in mind that taking care of one is a very detailed process. They need to be kept at a certain temperature, need a certain amount of space, and have a specific bathing ritual. If you're not ready to handle it, don't do it.
16.
The axolotl is a type of salamander native to Mexico. Axolotls are used fairly extensively in laboratory settings, primarily to study their regenerative capabilities, and are relatively easy to breed in captivity. Unfortunately, wild axolotls are now considered critically endangered, suffering from the effects of exploitation and pollution. So, if you plan to own a few and help them breed, then you would contribute a great deal to the animal kingdom. Pretty much just told you to go buy these.
15.
The North American river otter could be kept as a pet, but the animal's wild nature presents many difficulties. They will go through every inch of your home, finding and playing with, and probably destroying, everything they can get their paws on. There's no doubt you will probably have a lot of fun owning an otter, but you will definitely have to repair your house often.
14.
Capuchins are social animals that like to spend their time in groups of 10 to over 30 capuchins. So it's a safe bet that if you adopt only one, Ross, it'll suffer from severe depression. Moreover, their personalities change after reaching maturity, Marcel, which means that the cute, easygoing pet may not be as easygoing when it matures. Some mature behaviors include aggression and dung throwing when bored.
13.
Even though these incredibly cute and innocent-looking animals are fascinating to look at and to be around, truth be told, sloths do not make good pets because of their sensitive stomachs, specialized diet, and hard-to-find veterinary care. However, if you are dazzled by their cuteness, consider joining the Sloth Appreciation Society.
12.
Most skunk owners will tell you that skunks are wonderful pets and are very intelligent. What they usually don't tell you is that pet skunks first have to be disarmed, which means that they have to have their scent glands removed surgically at an early age.
11.
Before you go and adopt a capybara, you might want to take a moment to reconsider your choice. To begin with, capybaras live in groups, thus adopting one by itself is not a good idea. Secondly, they are semi-aquatic, so you will need to provide them with plenty of water all the time. Lastly, they are huge, so they need plenty of space to move about. Needless to say, it wouldn't be a good idea to keep them indoors.
10.
The Fennec Fox, also known as the desert fox, is a beautiful small member of the canine family. Fennec foxes can be kept as pets, although they are not common. They are petite, save for their enormous ears. They behave much like dogs, but since they're not domesticated, they do require careful socialization as well as precautions against escape. So don't blink when you take it out for a walk, because you might never see your fox again.
9.
Walla Roos are really stocky and powerful, but will bond quite nicely with their owners if hand-raised and treated well. They can be taught to understand no, but you should avoid physical punishment because they will definitely attack if they feel that they are in danger, and you won't like that.
8.
If you're familiar with zoology or wild animals, you may have heard of the Serval Cat. They look similar to a leopard and are really wild. Servals can be affectionate at times and are not normally aggressive towards humans, but remember that this is still a wild animal, which means that it has basic inherent instincts it needs to fulfill.
7.
Chimpanzees, which possess incredible strength, are considered some of the most dangerous pets. Chimps have very complex cognition, and it can be difficult or impossible to know what's going on in their minds or how they'll react to new situations.
6.
Pythons are the most widely owned snakes in North America. Though they don't usually consider a human being as food, there have been many cases in which pythons killed humans, usually children. The most recent tragedy occurred in New Brunswick, Canada on August 5, 2013. An African rock python killed two brothers, ages 4 and 6, who were visiting their friend, whose father owned a pet shop below the apartment where they were staying.
5.
It's true that you can legally domesticate a bobcat, although I'm not quite sure who would actually want to do so. Bobcats might be extremely beautiful, but at the same time, they're as wild as it gets, and even though you won't be in danger of being eaten alive, they can severely hurt you during a game or confrontation.
4.
Do I really need to explain why it's a bad idea to keep one as a pet? Weighing as much as 1,000 pounds and sporting one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom, the alligator is a wild animal that can eat just about anything, including humans. Though, to be fair, we're not a regular part of their diet. Thank goodness.
3.
Wolves are sometimes kept as pets and, on rare occasions, as working animals. Although closely related to domestic dogs, wolves do not show the same loyalty or friendliness and are significantly harder to train. If they get too hungry, they might attack you, because it's what wolves normally do.
2.
Can you legally own a tiger, even if your name isn't Mike Tyson? Well, yes, but other than being extremely dangerous, it's also extremely expensive to own. Not to mention that wild tiger numbers have dropped to a record low.
1.
To own an elephant as a pet, you need to have access to a lot of land. Elephants need space to roam and tons of food. They can put away anywhere between 200 to 600 pounds of food per day. Also, being such a large animal, they can be a huge problem if they were to get spooked or agitated in some way. In fact, according to the WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, not the wrestling. Up to 300 people are killed annually by human-elephant conflicts. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these two videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.